Dream entry number 7. Uh, this one's kind of tricky, difficult to share, just because it involves my stepfather, and most of my dreams slash reality, my stepfather is not the best. It's a lot of conflict, a lot of angriness, and all that. But even in my dreams, usually we end up yelling and screaming at each other. But this dream was different. I actually started my dream working on a puzzle with my stepfather. Just something definitely has never happened. But we were doing a puzzle and listening to music. He asked me to change the music to show tunes. And I, for the life of me, couldn't find them. I was on Spotify, I went on Pandora, I was like clicking, I was going on Google trying to figure out where to find show tunes, but for the life of me, I couldn't text it, couldn't type it, couldn't find it. And so he was kind of upset that I just wasn't able to find that, and I just never was able to find it. It just kind of, the dream just kind of vanished, and I was in a new area. And in this new area, I was in a street ball court, basketball. And I looked over, and I was so excited. I saw Tracy McGrady just doing dunks on this basketball court. This is a young Tracy McGrady, throwing it off the backboard and slamming it and just shooting threes, just playing ball. And I just go over to meet him, I'm a big fan. So cool to meet you. And he's like, hey, why don't you join us in our pickup game? I said, all right, who are we playing with? And sure enough, it was just a bunch of NBA players, which was super cool for me, And believe it or not, I still remember it. Like, these two teams aren't, they don't function. They probably wouldn't function super well just because, some of them have more centers than a regular team. And anyways, I find myself on a team with Shaq and Kobe. Was never a Laker fan, but bro, you get to play with Shaq and Kobe, you get to play with Shaq and Kobe. And I also had Kevin Garnett on my team and David Robinson. David Robinson is one of my all-time favorite basketball players. I'm a huge Spurs fan. Garnett is, I've always heard he was kind of a jerk and always talking trash. Got a little bit of that in this stream too. And we were facing off against Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Jason Kidd. And it was a pretty intense game. I definitely was the one that had the least talent in real life and in my dream. Even in my dream, I couldn't really play as well as these guys. But one thing I did notice while we were playing was I was just having a really fun time. Even if I wasn't making all my shots, even if they were double teaming and stealing the ball from me, just being in that moment with all these great NBA players, I was just having a real fun time playing with them. And so we were playing and having a good time. But I started noticing that a lot of these players were taking the game really seriously, getting real aggressive and angry. And, by the time the game ended, I just remember the people that won were, and I honestly don't remember who won, whether it was my team or the other team, but I just remember the ones who won were just on a high of having won a game. And the ones that lost were just angry for having lost the game. And I was just kind of in a middle area. I wasn't angry that I lost the game or won the game because I don't remember what happened. I was just happy that I had a good time, that we were able to play basketball and have fun. And I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of, in my dream, of that scripture that God made man that men might be and men are that they might have joy. I felt like in my dream I was having joy and enjoying an experience and not so much worrying about the outcome, not so much obsessing about winning the game, but just enjoying the game. And so that was a really cool experience, waking up from that and being like, hey, whether I lost or won was irrelevant. It was just fun to play with some of these basketball players I've grown up watching. And even if I just played with a bunch of random people, it would have still been fun, whether we lost or won, because basketball is a fun game. And so, I don't know, it seemed like I learned a lesson from this dream, but it was a good one. I love these sports dreams.